Randy, before we get into any of the specifics here and maybe take some phone calls, you just tell people who you represent.
I represent 42 local unions, 16 trades, and about 50,000 working men and women in Lake Porter, Newton, and Jasper counties.
That's 50,000 working men and women in
Lake Porter, Newton, and Jasper counties.
All right, so four-county area there.
Which is roughly about 42 local unions.
42 local unions. And obviously the right-to-work legislation is a big deal to pretty much everybody. Everyone's got their own opinion on it. Obviously, most of your people are going to be against it. As succinctly as you can do it, can you explain what right-to-work legislation is?
Simplest way to put it is a union member can opt out from paying dues and still get the same representation that the other union members get by paying dues. That's why we're calling it the right to freeload. This is another good thing to call it.
Right to freeload.
Yeah.
All right, and I won't use that one. I can live with right to work for less, but I can't live with that as a faux journalist here. But a union member can get the same representation. In other words, they can opt out on paying the dues and so forth.
Right.
From your standpoint, what's the implications of that?
Well, eventually, as the statistics show, that the worker pay, worker benefits have been driven down from the state statistics. The Department of Labor shows that the average worker makes about $1,500 less a year. You get a lot of out-of-state people coming in. Safety suffers, just to name a few.
$1,500 less is what some of the, I guess, the economists come up with.
That's an average number. Some states it's more. I know it's reached as high as $5,000 less.
What do you mean by safety? Why would the workplace be any less safe if right to work or right to freeload legislation came through?
Because you're using your union you're losing the union representation and the dues money that pays for our safety programs. We have we pride ourselves on our drug-free workforce, our qualified workforce. You would lose your apprenticeship training. You would lose all that.
Who's to your left?
This is Dale Johnson. He is this. Well, go ahead, Dale. Let's introduce yourself.
Dale Johnson.
You and the governor, buddy. All right, there you go.
Don't associate me with that guy.
All right, good enough.
My name is Dale Johnson. I'm president of the Indiana State Building Trades. We have about 75,000 members with 127 affiliates. I am also the business representative for the bricklayers and allied craft workers in Northwest Indiana.
Bricklayers, so you come up through the bricklayers.
Yes, I did.
And then you wind up being the head of the president of the Building and Construction Trades Council. What are your guys and gals telling you about right-to-work legislation?
Our guys and gals are telling us that this bill is nothing to help put people to work. This will bring no more people to work. It's a fantasy out there. They are asking us to go down and work with the legislators, which we have been doing all this year, not only meeting with the legislators across the state, taking them to our training centers, showing what our bang for the buck is. Also, we've talked to a number of people that don't belong to unions, but understand that, if our rate of pay and our benefits and our pensions go down, theirs will also go down. This is a bill that is not only attacks a union, it attacks everybody, the working class. It attacks all of us.
All right, let's talk about that one right there. How do you have any evidence that if this legislation were to go through, that not only would unions be affected, but the average person that may work outside of a union, maybe they have a non-union contractor, maybe they work in a small business. How is union legislation going to affect the average worker?
Well, we know for a fact, not only as being president of state building trades, but also when you're business agents or business reps, we go out and try to recruit the non-union. And we know when we go talk with them, when we don't get an increase in wages, they don't get an increase in wages. That's a common fact. There's many times when, whether it be bricklayers, electricians, iron workers, whatever craft you want to talk about, we've went on the job, and they'll thank us to say, I understand you got a raise June 1st. Whenever you come around, it seems like we get a raise too. Now, statistic-wise, and you can believe statistics if you want, but it is a proven fact that in states that have right to work, their wages diminish.
He's Dale Johnson. He's the president of the Indiana State Building and Construction Trades Council. We'll take some calls interspersed here whenever you guys feel like it. 219-845-1100. Let's go to Sue on line 1. Hi, Sue.
Hi, good morning. I just have a few questions. What exactly does a union do for its members?
Why don't you take that, Randy? Or Dale, why don't you take that?
What a union does for its members, it negotiates contracts, not only for their pay, not only for their health and welfare and their pension. They also negotiate safety conditions. If they're being abused by the contractor, or say an union owner, we turn around and file grievances to represent the people that they get the equal pay and equal representation like everybody else.
Okay, why does the money that you're talking about, the $1,500, how does that, I don't understand that, because if you're paying union dues to begin with, don't your dues cut into your income?
Your dues are part of your wage structure. The money that you pay in on union dues is what we run the union with. That's how.
And that cuts into your income.
It's part of, you know, it's like anything. If you turn around and want to own a home, you turn around and pay a mortgage fee. You turn around and belong to a union, you know, I have to draw a salary. My secretary has to draw a salary. We also have to turn around and have buildings and operations, and just like our apprentice schools, we have to pay for instructors, the whole 9 yards. So if you consider that part of losing your income, I believe if you look at the money that people make working union and the health benefits and the pension, it far outweighs the nominal fee that you turn around and pay in union dues.
And the job death rate is about 50% higher in right-to-work states than non-right-to-work states. That's also a Department of Labor statistic, and that's from the lack of training and safety that you lose when you lose the unions and the money that's paid in from the dues to train our members to be safe on the job.